You kicked off your business and it's growing. Now you got to grow along with it. What does that look like? What's up? We are back. Happy 2022. Let's talk about entrepreneur mindset, all right? So your business is growing. You started to maybe take some action in your business, and you had this vision, this mentality, and your business started to grow, right? What happens? Now it's requiring you to shift your mindset. So the mindset that got you kicked off in the first place is not the mindset that's gonna get you across the finish line, right? So keep that in mind. There are 6 different stages to the entrepreneur mindset evolution, all right? That's what I wanna break down here. Before I do that, make sure that you subscribe, like, and share, all right? Send this video out to somebody who you think might benefit from all the content that we're putting out there for you on a regular basis. And let's kick off this 2022 with the strongest entrepreneur mindset possible, all right? What happens? You are dreaming about a business. You're dreaming about the actions that you're supposed to be taking, and then you're looking at numbers and figures and employees and all kinds of stuff inside your head, right? That's number one. Maybe you come in and then you take some action. The mindset that's going to be required of you at every single point, at every single stage where your business is taking a shift, is going to be different, all right? So you have to evolve along with your business. You have to take in consideration that the business that you had yesterday, it's gonna require a different person of you today, okay? So your business grows, it grows because you have different challenges, you have different opportunities coming in. And as you start taking advantage of all of this stuff coming into your business, it requires somebody else to run it, all right? Not necessarily somebody else physically, but somebody else from a mindset standpoint. You have to shift your mindset, again, as well as you're shifting your business strategies. It's the same thing. Your business is growing, you have to grow along with it. So what does the entrepreneur mindset evolution looks like? Stage 1. Stage 1, you're a dreamer, okay? This is inevitable. Everybody begins with a dream. Everybody begins with that itch, right? Of wanting to do something, wanting to improve something, get to a higher level, get to a better place, get to a better spot. Maybe you're dreaming about having the ability to take vacations whenever you want to. Maybe you're dreaming about, having financial freedom, not having to worry about the car payments and the mortgage and all that stuff. It all begins with a dream. With that, you begin to compile ideas. You begin to put together, the beginnings of what can be a very well, business model. You begin on this visionary journey, right? So you start envisioning the possibilities, what a business could look like, and then one thing leads to another. Now you have an idea of the fidget that you want to create, the type of service that you want to provide, the business that you want to, be in, the place, the office, and, the smells, and you start to create this thing that's almost alive, right? Inside your head. You're dreaming about the possibilities. This is the stage 1 mindset. You have to be a dreamer. You have to put it in your head first, so it becomes real, okay? And this all you're doing here is it's creating that picture. It's creating that structure for planning, all right? Putting it all together, not necessarily taking actions yet, but it becomes real in your head first before it becomes real in the real world. So stage 2. What happens at stage 2? You become a doer, all right? You go from that dreamer state to that doer state. You can't have anything populate. You can't have anything manifest in reality if you're just dreaming about it all day long. You have to take action. Action, massive imperfect action is okay. Okay, so you have to become that dreamer. You shift your mindset from that dreamer mentality to that doer mentality, all right? At this point, you already pictured, maybe the first 2 or 3 steps that you needed to take to start getting the wheels going in your business. You already pictured the possibilities. You already pictured maybe the first, 10 contacts or 10 people they have to reach out to. You have to shift from that dreamer mentality to that doer mentality, all right? Otherwise, nothing else is gonna happen. That dream is gonna be, stellar inside your mindset, but it's never gonna become real. Why? Because you're not doing anything. You're not taking action. Shift your mindset from dreamer to doer, right? Stage 2 is the doer mentality. And this is especially true if you're on the bootstrap startup type of deal. If you don't have a lot of cash to, pay for employees and then hire resources and have people do stuff for you, you definitely have to become a doer. That's part of it, right? It's part of the journey. It's part of the trench work. Stage 3. You become a protector. So you're a doer for a while, maybe a year or two, and then you're just putting in the elbow grease, digging, the trench and working, in there. Like you're in the business, you're making things happen, you're making calls, you're making the connections happen, you're building up your power team, putting together your resources, you're stacking cash, and then you're having, from the sales of the widgets or providing that service that you enjoy providing, you're making money, you're having, that revenue and those results come in, right? So you start building up as a doer. You have to be a doer first. What happens after? Your business begins to take a life on of its own. And it starts demanding stuff for you. Okay, now you have overhead. Maybe you hired a couple of employees and now you have responsibilities. There are people who are counting on you, who are counting on your business to put food on their table, right? So now the business is taking a life of its own, and it's got its own, wheels, and it's starting to gain traction because all those actions taken as a doer have piled up, have accumulated to something that now has a life, right? So you have to shift at this point, you're in survival mode. Okay, so you can't really just get off the vehicle and stop it, because at this point you're probably have a couple of employees, maybe you have a few contracts. Now you have responsibilities that your business is generating on its own, right? So if you have responsibilities that your business is generating on its own, you have to keep the machine going, right? We still have that vision, we have that dream that we put together at a stage 1 when we were on that dreamer mindset. So we still have that going on, and we want to get to it. Now we have to shift though from being that doer to being the protector, right? So we have to watch out the overhead. We can't just keep doing without a systematic approach. You have to become a protector. You have to get out of that survival stage and reach the next level, which is going to be sustainability, or grow the company, which is going to be a ramp up. But you have to protect everything that's happening. How do you do that? You put systems and people in place, okay? So you have to become that protector. That systematic approach to things has to be one of the top priorities. And again, it requires another mind shift, all right? So you shift from the doer and just getting things done from that hustle standpoint into this entrepreneur and business owner way of doing things, all right? Not business operator, business owner, okay? So you start to protect what you already have, right? The next stage number 4, it's going to be the warrior mindset. A lot of people want to, they get to a point that want to, I want to scale. I want to level up. I want to grow the company. I want to do this and that. Understand this. Your mindset is going to dictate your actions, right? And your mindset can't skip the steps. You have to become a doer, and then you have to become a protector so you know what you're doing. And then you become a warrior, right? You become this warrior that's going to ramp up the business. If you want growth, you have to jump into that warrior mentality, because you already went through the process of protecting what you have. So now you have this control growth happening, right? Stage number 4 is going to be that warrior mentality. And I like to call it the warrior mentality, really, because ramping up, it's no easy task, all right? It's almost just as hard as launching. Control growth is what you want to do. And you have to fight through the growing pains, which include hiring new people, again, polishing your systems, getting more money in through the door, battling it out on the marketplace for new clients, learning new strategies that are going to help you reach more people, that sort of thing, all right? So you're in that warrior mode. Again, you're back into the trenches in a different capacity than when you were just doing stuff. Because now you have some more support, you have people in place, you have somewhat of a systematic structure in place. Still, if you're ramping up and you're in that warrior mindset stage, it doesn't mean that you're gonna get your foot off the pedal yet, okay? We are still in there, we're still putting in the work, we're still being the warrior that our business needs us to be so we can get to that next stage, right? Now, you go through the process of ramping up, you go through the process of growth, maybe you hit that benchmark of revenue that you wanted to hit, at the end of a year. You hired the staff, you tapped into different markets, you created a new fidget, you created a new service, whatever your business model is, all right? Now you have something that's sustainable, right? So you reach, after battling it out and growing, going through a ramp up stage, you're gonna hit a level of sustainability. You're gonna hit a stage that gives you a degree of consistency, which makes your company become sustainable, right? So all of a sudden you hit this stage of flow. So you know that you're doing, 12 deals a month on average, 15 deals a month. You know that you're servicing, 30, 40, 50 clients or whatever that looks like for your business, for your industry. Now this is happening, and you have to shift. You no longer have to be that warrior that's battling it out. Why? Because you hit that sustainability period. Again, you have to shift your mindset to become a caretaker. Now you become a taker of what you have, all right? You wanna take care of the people that are helping you stay in that stage. You wanna take care of the systems. You wanna polish those systems. You wanna become almost this nurturing person that takes care of the company and everything that's happening, so it starts to walk on its own 2 feet by itself. So to get to that level of sustainability and flow, you have to become a caretaker, right? That's stage 5 of the entrepreneur mindset. Now stage 6 is when you truly become that leader. All right, so we go from stage 1 of being a dreamer all the way out to becoming that leader. When you become a leader for your company, when you become a leader for your team, you're thinking about empowerment. You're thinking about improving not only your bottom line, but your employees and your team's bottom line. What are their dreams? What are their goals? Where do they want to get to in life? You're thinking about contribution. How can I make a bigger impact? This is exactly why you see a lot of successful entrepreneurs out there say, oh, well, I'm donating to this cause, or I'm creating, homes in Haiti. I am doing this for this nonprofit, company. Of course, it's got tax write-offs and benefits and everything, but at the base of it all, there's a sense of contribution, right? We get to a point where, okay, we get out of that survival mode as entrepreneurs, which usually happens when we're in that doer stage, that stage number 2. And then when you become a leader and you're able to have this sustainable company, you're thinking about contribution, you're thinking about empowerment, and then paying it forward, just creating something bigger. Now, when you're in that stage as a true leader that's leading your company and you're leading your people and your team, you're creating bigger things, guess what happens? You create freedom. You create freedom in that space, you create growth, and you level up. You level up to your next challenge, you level up to whatever, next thing you want to do, right? But you have to go through those motions and those mindset shifts because your company is changing along with you. Your business is going to demand you to be somebody different at every single one of those stages. So as an entrepreneur, it is your responsibility to keep up with it. Be aware that as your business is growing, you need to grow along with it. Your mindset needs to grow along with it, right? So just to recap here, we begin dreaming, right? We are a dreamer first and foremost. Stage 1 is dreaming about the possibilities that can happen. Stage 2 is actually doing. So you become a doer. It's taking action, massive imperfect action. There's gonna be a lot of mistakes done here. There's gonna be a lot of learning. The learning curve may not even look like a curve. It's gonna look like a squiggly road maybe, and it gets crazy. But that's the doer stage. It's perfectly normal. Stage number 3, you become a protector of what you've already built, all right? What you're creating, what you're doing, all those actions add up and you have to protect them somehow, right? Start implementing systems and processes and bringing people in to help you out with it. Then you become a warrior whenever you want to scale up. Understand that every time you want to scale up is going to be a new battle, okay? I don't care what anybody says, scaling up, even if you have controlled growth happening at that time, whenever you're scaling up, you're going to have to go through new trials, new errors, new market research, new things that are going to challenge you as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, all right? So you have to take on that warrior mentality and truly tell yourself, all right, I got this. This is me. We're going to grow. We're going to kick ass. We're going to do this thing. We're going to make this thing happen. That's the mentality that you need at that stage. After that, on stage number 5, you become a caretaker because you've created this beautiful thing that's generating jobs and you're putting food in people's tables and you're giving other people the ability to reach their goals through your vehicle, right? Number 6, again, is when you become a leader. At a stage 6, you're not just in it for yourself, all right? You're in it for something bigger. You understand that there's something bigger and that you created this thing. You've created this thing that is providing for other people. It's providing for your clients, your customers, your team, and it's creating that vision that you dreamed about at a stage 1 level, all right? So my friends, those are the 6 levels of the entrepreneur mindset evolution, all right? Keep in mind, be aware of which mindset stage you're in and understand that it's normal, right? It's a normal process to be a doer and make all kinds of mistakes. It's a normal process to want to, take care of everything that you've been able to put together. Just understand there's something else coming up ahead of you. One of the biggest things to understand as an entrepreneur is that things are always shifting. Entrepreneurship is a dynamic world, right? It's always changing, it's shifting, it's calling you to be somebody better. And you have to step up. You have to step up to the plate, not only for you, but for your people, for your team, for your clients, for anybody that you're servicing, anybody that you're impacting, especially anybody that you're contributing out to in the world. So it's just what we do as entrepreneurs, all right? So keep that in mind, understand where you're at, and understand that you are gonna have to go, inevitably, you're gonna have to go through the 6 stages of the entrepreneur mindset shift as you go through your business journey, all right? So I love you guys. Stay focused. You got this. Let's go.